this point, Luna wakes up.
Yeah, she can wake up and come down. That's totally good.
I feel like the like black veins for the curves are like spread much further along her face. Across her neck, going down her arm.
And Ellie is gonna do the typical like parent thing when like the child is like having like a hard time and just like, hey Luna, how's it going? How are you feeling?
And she's like,
You're right, it's probably a stupid question. Oh, I take a sip of my orange juice.
Yeah, so the room's tense.
what's going on?
Well, we were just talking about how we're probably going to be parting ways soon.
Well, I guess what's going to happen is something.
Yeah. Wait, we're not leaving like right now, so, you know.
And we'll have a chance to see them again, of course, next time we have the ground.
Yeah, we can still visit the art.
And we received sorry, what's the name of the item? We received a token from their family, so we have a chance.
Yeah.
I'm more worried about that we don't really have anyone who has medically trained to run, at least as far as I'm aware, is Farius. But if we can find someone to beat him, then I guess we're okay.
I want to know how do we hire you for your services?
So are you muffled? What? Finding someone as magically trained as medically trained as he is, he's just like, that's really not my specialty.
Yeah, we'll get better than anyone else here, so.
I'll take it. Well,
It's your bedside manner, woman.
I'll take it. I'm trying to bait him give it to me. But let you guys sit down and like eat some food and yeah, we'll go to Aravan because Aravan comes down and he sees the group.
Hey buddy, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
He's just like, hey. He looks a lot like Tarina. The resemblance is really there. It's just like small things like he has brown eyes instead of green ones. And then like his nose is a little different.
But definitely look the same facial expression.
Yeah, they definitely have like, you know, they're definitely siblings. And he comes over and sits at the table and says, well, I've been talking with Miss Rowanwood. She told me you were Tarina's traveling companions. And
Did we tell you that? Yes.
I don't remember. A lot happened. I'm just... she also told me that, you know, Tarina made a deal to try to, like, get me out. What happened?
Well,
Where's Lana? How did Tarina...
Lana jumped through a portal.
What?
Somebody routed us out to War Matron and then she wanted to kill us in the sewers. For fun. And profit.
She aggressively drinks orange juice. So, Lana went through a portal and disappeared, and then...
I don't know, something about her mom following her.
Narte, like, sits up and he's like, she was fighting a demon, and then she and her mom, like, he tried to, like, flee back through the portal, and then, like, he took Lana and her mom back with them. And then it shut. We didn't know how to open it. Yeah. So, Lana's in Borogavar. I'm in charge of undoing that one. He's like, I need more water. It's just like traveling companions. And that.
Didn't we tell you that? Yes.
Oh, I don't remember. A lot happened. I'm just. And she also told me that, Tarina made a deal to try to, like, get me out. What happened?
Well,
Where's Lana? How did Tarina...
Lana jumped through a portal.
What?
Tarina, somebody routed us out to warn Matron, and then she wanted to kill us in the sewers for fun and profit.
She aggressively drinks orange juice. So, Lana went through a portal and disappeared, and then
I don't know, something about her mom following her.
Narte, like, sits up and he's like, she was fighting a demon, and then she and her mom, like, he tried to, like, flee back through the portal, and then, like, he took Lana and her mom back with him. And then it shut. We didn't know how to open it. Yeah. So, Lana's in Borogavar. I'm in charge of undoing that one. He's like, I need more water. It's just like,
Marte, will you just stop, like, blaming yourself for that? Okay? It wasn't your fault.
it's just like, he quietly drinks his water. There's like this just a long awkward silence as Aravan's sort of processing this, and like, so did Tarina ever tell you about what was going on, about her life? And
No, she didn't tell us anything.
no.
She was a bit more of the secretive type.
he kind of like looks up and nods. Yeah, it sounds like her. Well, I'll share it with you if you care to hear.
Yes, please.
Okay, well, kind of like see him like think about how to like summarize everything. Well, this is a long story short. Our dad is,
The literal worst.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's terrible. He's a baron, and he comes from a long line of very proud druids. But his personality sucks, so he like couldn't find like a wife or anything. So he married my mom, who human. Her name's Louisa, and she's a Calibrar. They have land up to like the north, and Luna, you would recognize the Calibrar name. They own most of the like farming land. Like the Calibrar is associated with agriculture a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So they got married and had 4 kids. After Tarina was born, our mom got chronically ill and fell into a coma. And our dad was like, well, she's useless now, so he just was gonna let her die. So I contacted Adlana and had her come pick her up, and a couple years later, our older sister, Nualia, who, she just wasn't very good with magic. And Dad decided that she was also just useless and sent her away, and our mom's side of the family didn't really want anything to do with us. So then it was just Tarina, me, our brother Theron, and this other kid named Lucian, who's just this. Our dad hired him as just a grounds guard type of person, and it was just 3 of us for a real long time. Dad thought it was more important for us to be druids than to be anything else, so we didn't have schooling, and we didn't socialize, and our whole lives were just in the grove, getting better at being a druid. And Tarina just had no ability for it. None. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, everyone has something. Tarina, it was none. Like, something physically blocking her. And for years, Theron and I covered for her, because we didn't want Dad to send her away too. And then she had her coming of age ceremony, which is when the Druid Circle comes. It's the Druid Circle from Joyce, which is an elven city. And we planned that we would cover for her somehow. And I sent word to have Adlana come because our mother was still in coma. She couldn't come, so I wanted someone to come. And then, I don't know, like, Tarina suddenly had magic. It was orange and purple, and she had no control over it, and the roof came down, and the druids were astonished. My dad was furious. And Adlana just scooped up Tarina and just fled, and we went with them to the border, and she slipped into the Leicester Kingdom. And Tarina promised she'd come and get us. And that's the last time I saw her. And the last time I heard from her was, she sent a message a couple months back. Maybe a letter. And he you see him like actually go and like kneel on the floor and say, I cannot do this alone. And I beg you to help me. Because I'm so tired of seeing my family be so trapped. I know you got your own problems, so I don't expect you to help me right away. But if you help me, I'll help you.
Keyanthi will, she wants to go up and go and approach, I'm sorry, how do you pronounce his name again?
Aravan.
Aravan, okay, I was like, Arvin. No. Aravan. Okay, Keyanthi, so since Aravan's on his knees, Keyanthi's gonna go ahead and join him on his knees and just kind of like hold his shoulders, just look at him there. It's like, I know a lot of what you're feeling, and I'm so sorry for all the loss that you've been through. You lost someone?
It was Amanda.
Oh, Amanda. Okay.
Drop.
Okay, that's good. I'm sorry for all the loss you suffered in life. I know it's like to the trap there, and I promise you, we'll find a way to go help your family.
Yeah. You see him, with your hands on his shoulders, he reaches up with his own hand and kind of like grabs your wrist, and he nods you. You see him like bow his head. There's just this like single tear. Single tear
coming down.
And he wipes it away. Right.
There's something that Keyanthi also wants to add, but she's not sure she should in public. So are we saying goodbye to Arvin too? Arvin?
No. He's probably gonna come with you.
Okay, cool. I'll bring it up to him later.
Thank you. And he looks over to Luna and says, I think we might need to take care of your friend first, though. So, I'm ready to... Celiana says she can take us to Gundrick whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I guess the sooner the better, right? Guys?
I agree.
I guess, yeah. Luna's just kind of like sinking back into herself, and she's just kind of like remembering like that connection that she had, like that last conversation with Tarina. Oh, it was about that.
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing about like how they both basically cheated to become druids. But Luna actually got to become a druid while Tarina didn't.
Yeah.
And her kind of feeling, just being like, why did that happen? And I'm like, why did I do that? And
well, you guys get your breakfast, gather your things, and assemble in the entry hall.
Okay.
Orator has all the horses.
in the entry hall?
Yeah, he's like, I got the horses.
Just out of curiosity, are the horses at all freaked out by Luna?
Yeah, they kind of are. They don't want to be by you. Actually, it's just the two horses, because, Celiana would have said, do you want these other horses? And Yarina, being a horse girl, would have been yes.
I just kind of want to state for the record that while Aravan was airing out Tarina's life, Ciara not feeling quite comfortable hearing of someone else's story when it wasn't hers to hear, because she doesn't feel it's her place. Probably would have very discreetly during the talking just quietly exited the room and started helping the other horses. Pack up that thing. Oh, yep. All right. This is not my conversation.
So you help Orator gather the horses.
Yeah.
And Celiana, she assembles the magic circle, and she's got like one more stroke to go, and she says, "This is it." The Arcane Boys are there, and then Narte goes, and he's feeling good enough. He goes and hugs you guys, every one of you, with like kind of a sloppy hug.
Aw, sloppy hug.
Yeah, I give him a
I
slap.
pick up this crystal body and
Give a weird hug back.
before putting him back down.
Big old squeeze hug right there, man.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm gonna go up to Kinaris and I'm gonna give him a hug. And be like, we're gonna miss you guys.
he hugs you like a little bit longer than is strictly necessary. You're right.
Like, go now.
Yeah.
No, you're supposed to say, this is nice, thank you.
This he's like, yeah, you're good at hugs. Yeah, so if you're ever in the kingdom,
Hit me up.
hit me up. Yeah, I mean the Empire. And Narte says, I'll contact you guys if I get a hold of Lana. I'm sure you guys will want to know. And again, seriously, like, thanks for everything you did. You bailed us out when you honestly didn't need to. And Kinaris will like offer hugs to those who wanted. Various will shake everyone's hands.
Yeah, I would try to go in for a hug in fairness, but I would imagine that, like,
Roll to hug.
it's like,
Roll to hug.
How are you doing it? Because he's just shaking your hand, or do you just like avoid, dodge it, and like try to hug him? Like,
It's a collaborative effort. Ellie's like distracting with the handshake, sees me behind, hug him, and then just I gather the both of them.
yeah, like I'm basically like not going like the full like 100%. I'm going like 50 and expecting them to meet me halfway. And I'm like, and then
you just see the hand coming closer.
And then that's when Kiara comes from
Just
behind.
scoops him up because he's not a big boy. He's a
Medium boy.
He's a medium boy. Like he's like a speedy boy. There we go. He's a speedy boy. And
He's a Dexy boy.
he's a Dexy boy. Yeah.
Dexy boy.
Yeah. They one.
I do thank him for telling me the heads up about the bonfire in the sky, that he was full of bonfire for a minute before I saw myself.
he laughs and like slaps you on the back. He's like, yeah, anytime I'll tell you about bonfires in the sky. You know, I'm gonna miss you guys. I think of you as my friends. With Kenny. And then
Feelings mutual.
aw. Furious comes over to Luna and just hands you this vial with like a note and then like backs away. The note says, once my life was in your hands, now your life is in your hands. This is a virulent poison. If you ingest it, the death will be quick and painless. I would say I hope, but I'm not a man of hope. I am a man of preparation. Should you endanger your friends, this will stop you.
This was Farius?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. I was like, she does kind of understand. She, like, kind of just a nod. Like,
Party.
Like steps back.
Dang.
Yeah, like
she's not going to show
Very
theirs.
metal.
yeah,
I'm all about it. Yeah, it's just like,
Oh, you're
such
trying
a
to
nice
get
guy.
Rock and
that.
roll.
Look at it.
okay.
Should I, like, later on in the campaign decide to repurpose this poison? How effective will it be?
It still will be that effective.
Okay.
It's still be
Yeah,
that
Farius.
effective. Yep. Farius is good as poisons. And Saliona then bends down and finishes the mark. The arcanic circle glows with bright pink, because that's her magic color. And just get in, everyone. And so you guys go, I'll jump in, including the horses, even, or
Like Panther P and rock and roll.
they blinded the horses after a while because they were just like not having it. Like, and so anyway, you guys come. For a brief moment, you feel the ground beneath you fall, and they come and meet you, kind of like jumping in an elevator.
How do the horses feel about that?
The horses don't like it. They're like, in order, it's just like, hey, shh, it's okay.
I'm gonna talk to the horse and be like, it's okay.
Hey, buddy!
Hey, buddy, I know it's kind of bright, but it's okay. We're just going to a new place.
How are you feeling?
So
Talking like a dad trying to talk to their angsty son.
hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, birdie.
Yeah,
Are you winning some?
And then you guys are in a room with it's an elegant circular room. You look around to see it's tastefully decorated. The floor is smooth and the walls have tapestries on them. Celiana heaves a sigh and then opens the door, and she says, "Welcome to the Rowanwood Estates." And she says, "Come on, bring the horses." And while you're walking, you see the door at the end of the hallway open. And those of you who know Heth, you see him poke his head out, and he got a haircut. Still looks very dashing.
She's gonna remember, like, the poem that she saw Rick's notes.
Yeah, Rick's like
Oh, yeah.
saucy love poem.
Have I met him?
This is the first time you've met Hef, and he's.
Oh, it'd be like eyeing the way they the guy and you would have me like.
He's like a handsome dad.
Yeah, he's a handsome dad. He has dark skin. This is the first sun elf you've seen, Ciara. So he's foreign to you.
Like dark brown skin.
Yeah, dark brown skin. Like there's supposed to be like kind of like ancient Egyptian aesthetic going on. And then he's got like long elf ears and black hair. I think his eyes are green.
So he's black hair, not no.
And then he just typically he wears like a loose like linen sort of it's like a long tunic with like loose pants. Or sometimes he wears like basically a skirt because that's what Egyptians wore and that's what sun elves wear. But today
Nice robes.
Yeah. Today he's wearing that and like loose sandals, no jewelry, not really his thing. And he says, "Oh, Sally, you're here." And he looks around with both the cousins, and the horses are back. Good.
Party.
I was running out of excuses for Ariadne. She kept asking where they were. I was afraid they died. You're like, this relief on him is just intense.
They can only go for groceries so many times.
Yeah, pretty much. He's just like, yeah, I used that excuse.
Yeah, the horses are going for groceries.
Groceries. They're lost.
They're on a trip. They're coming back. They went to the vet. I'm so glad you're back. And he looks at Ciara and says, "Hi, my name is Hef.
Here.
Nice to meet you. I am Saliana's husband." And he goes and greets Aravan. And then Saliana looks around. She says, "Hef, where is Humphrey? We have a butler for a reason." Like, why is he not doing his job? Implied. "Oh, I gave him the day off." She sort of calculates, like, he never asks for days off. What's going on?
What excuse are you coming up with?
It's like, well, I know it's irregular, but we can manage without him, and I'm certain we can manage without him. He's just worked for me for 20 years and never asked for a day off, so...
Irregular, like horses going for groceries irregular, or like... Is this an excuse, or...
And you see, like, Heath kind of leans over and says, "I think he got a date with the librarian."
Wait, hold on. I didn't hear that.
So, their butler got a date with the librarian, and Heath gave him the day off. just so that's cute. And, like, one of you met the librarian, like, really briefly. I think it was, like, Luna.
But Luscious Wind Towel. I remember him.
Oh yeah, Luscious Wind Towel.
Mm-hmm.
Luscious Wind Towel with the muffins.
Muffins, yeah.
No, I was
Is that the name?
His name is Lucius Windtowel. It just devolved to Luscious Windtowel.
I love it.
And, so...
The best.
I mean, while we're here, we should at least pay Jupa a visit.
Yes, absolutely. I was just thinking about her.
Sure, would you like to meet a Minotaur?
Like, looks at you. Like, on the tapestry or in a book?
In person.
Like in real life.
Large eyebrow raise? Sure. She's already seen a
they're-
flying
They're really nice, and they have great cooking.
Right. Excellent. Sounds great. Ellie doesn't sense this, but any other adult in the room might sense that she might be putting on because, oh, well, if you believe it, then obviously it must be true. Yes, I love to go see the flaming lights in the sky.
Of course they're real.
Monster from
Yeah,
fairy tales, of
yeah,
course.
Great. No idea. No idea at all.
Yeah.
Great! Yay! Celiana says, order, will you take the horses to the stables? And he's just, an order kind of like, he just leans against the wall and he's like, don't you have servants for that? And then Celiana looks at him and is like,
Here has the day off.
and then she like turns to him and says, excuse me, do you remember the astronomical bail I put up for you? And he's just like, right, horses, okay. Aravan, you want to come with me? And everyone's just like, sure, I guess. I guess I'm gonna be here for a while. So the brothers go off. And then you guys come to the entryway. Celiana calls for the maid, and she comes, and she's this.
Hey, is it possible for Keyanthi to go and follow Caravan and order?
Yeah, you can
Otherwise known as the Best Bros Brigade.
Best bros.
Yeah, we're gonna do the best road brigade. We're gonna hop over there.
Trade one boy band for a new one.
Best boys brigade.
And they're actual brothers. Oh, what the heck?
What?
Alright, so Keyanthi she's gonna say, like, I'm gonna go with them too, just to help out. So she's gonna go wander off with them.
Okay, she goes with them.
Okay, I mean, you can meet us at Jula's if that's okay with you guys. Before we head off to the Golden Box.
Well, let's Matilda, the maid, she's just this like little half elf pixie cut. Show them to their rooms really quickly just before they go.
What does she look like?
Do you want to choose how she looks like?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. She's a half elf. She has a round face. She's like tan from the sense that she's been out like side in the sun a lot. Not necessarily that she was born with dark skin. And she has blue eyes and short pixie cut brown hair, and then has a uniform on. It's basically a maid outfit, but like a variant that would be appropriate to this time and era. I don't know that aesthetic yet. And she says, "Oh yes, right away. It's just up these stairs and to the right." And Celiana says, "Good. I need a soak." And probably a lot of paperwork to do, so she kind of like opens. You see her just open this door to this. You assume it's her like living quarters, and she goes to the door. And the maid says, the house is very nice, and these are we have the cashmere suite, the reticella room, and the rose quarter, and I guess the pair of you will have to share because we have another guest with us. But don't worry about him. He's usually pretty, reserved. And then she's like, I don't know where he is right now. Else I would show you him. And in another part of the house...
Is it a dog or... or cat? It's a cat. You have Callie roleplay.
It's just a giant bird. We don't know what kind of bird it is. It's just got a lot of feathers and it's green sometimes.
Well, he's not a dog. He's a drow, and he's a classmate of Lady Celiana's, and in the distance you hear, "Wind Howl, get out of my bathtub!" But it's the biggest one! You have your own bathtub! And then there's like this series of like fumbling and scrambling, and the door like pounds open, and you see Celiana pulling Lucius Wind Howl in a towel by the ear.
A luscious wind towel?
It's a pretty luscious towel, it's a textile, Celiana.
Aloe infused.
Yeah, it's super soft.
Cotton.
He's like covered. He's still like soapy and wet, and he's like, "But I do my best to work in the bathtub." And she's like, "I don't care. Use your own." Slams the door.
It's just like, didn't you have have you been staying here the whole time?
No, of course not.
Don't they give you housing? Or
I mean, I did own my own house, yes. But, and then he looks over at Ciara. And
Who is looking at him? Like,
you see the wheels turn. Ciara, you're like, this guy looks familiar.
Hi, this is Tiffany, your DM. Thank you for watching Dungeon Damsels. This is not the end of the session, so please stay tuned for the next part. We update on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you're interested in supporting us more, please push the subscribe button, like, or comment. We also have a Patreon, wink wink nudge nudge, And our show is in podcast form. You can find us on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Podbean, Spotify, and plenty of other podcast platforms. Thanks. We hope to hear from you soon.